Again, I'll start with the same process, silhouette first. I'll do one side of it. It's too straight. Now with burnt sienna, add all the spots and then we'll darken it with burnt umber. I'm not copying it exactly. So just random marks for now, wherever I feel like. It's drying too quickly, so maybe some green, and then if it dries too much, then we can wait for it to dry and then re-wet it. I think here it'll need some help to be able to move. So I'll add some water, some clear water, just to soften the edges and blend it a little bit. And there are some spots like this, I can just leave it like this. So I can make any kinds of marks. It's just that either it blends by itself, or maybe in some areas I blend it with clear water. Now I'll try and lift from wherever I can see. Okay. We can come back to it once it's dry, and in the meanwhile we can do the other side. The exact same way, just the silhouette first. I'm adding a little more pigment to the wash while it's still wet because this area got dried too quickly. So just to be safe, I'm adding more pigment with a little more water. Now exactly the same, go in with burnt sienna or any kind of brown that you might have. It doesn't have to be this exact color. And it's buckling because it's not watercolor paper, so ignore that. And it doesn't really matter. I'm not trying to copy from the image, I'm just trying to make some random marks. We can make it more precise once it's dry, and we'll do the details after, so we can be more precise then. Until then, we can get our veins back. I'm going in with green, which does not have a lot of water, and that's why it's staying in its place. Just lifting some pigment with my fingers. If you feel like it's necessary, then you can, otherwise just ignore this. And here as well, I'll do the same. It's not required everywhere, but there are places where I can see some green lines and I'm trying to exaggerate that a little bit. The green is appearing darker than it is in the picture. This is more of an accurate green if I increase the brightness, but then okay. Then I blend it. Whatever I feel is unnecessary, I can blend it. Or to soften the line, or like if you need it, do that. And now I let it dry and I'll come back for a second layer to emphasize more of browns in here, or maybe I can try and do it right now. Let's see. Okay. It is working. Let's add some more. Now I'll start with smaller details. Just adding some burnt sienna veins wherever I can see. They are very thin lines, but there are two lines, and in the middle there is a vein, but I'm not trying to do that. I'm just doing I'm doing just one line. Just softening it with clear water whenever I need to. It doesn't need to be made softer because it will dry lighter anyway, and this will not be visible, but I tend to do it all the time, and kind of it bothers me even to see it for a second, but whatever is more convenient to you. Let's leave this one like that, and even like if I tap it, it becomes lighter. So that's it for this side. Maybe I need another vein on this side. Also some yellow. I'm not being too precise when I add this yellow. I'm just going around the greens a little bit, not to change the green color, and also because it's a lighter color, it doesn't really matter if you overlap it or just paint over everything. It'll make it brighter. So wherever you want a more yellowish color, you can add that, and the rest you can paint around. And then maybe if you want and if you feel like, you can blend it in certain areas, not everywhere, but wherever it looks like it's needed, you can. Just trying to make it a little brighter, that's all. Okay. This is burnt umber. It's much darker compared to burnt sienna. I think I've made the entire thing a little too dark, but I'm going to finish it anyway. I think I'm going to leave it like that now. But I did make it a little darker than it should be, but then it doesn't really matter. Because maybe there is another leaf that looks like this and which is actually darker. So it doesn't really matter because we have so much variation in nature that if we can get it like just about right, it still it still reads well. And see here, I just put my hand on here unconsciously. It looks like it got ruined, but it has a very nice edge, and I'll leave it like that. Maybe highlight it a little bit more. Yeah. Just making it a little more defined, the middle vein, and then merging everything with clear water. And I think that's it. I'm not going to disturb it even more. Maybe I can try lifting for the veins, but because it's not watercolor paper, it will not lift as easily, but let's see. No, not working. Also, yellow is very hard to lift. So, no, it's not lifting. So, I'm going to leave it like this. Maybe merge a few shapes here and there. It's too dark. And that's all. एक minute, beta. I think it looks a little darker than it is. It looks something like this.